All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. Today's the day. In 8 hours from now, the Houston Rockets, or a little over 8 hours from now, we will know where the Houston Rockets are drafting. If it's 1, if it's 2, if it's 3, if it's 4, or 5. To be quite honest with you, I'm good with whatever. I really am good with whatever. I have a feeling that they are going to get a top 3 pick. I just have a feeling. Statistically speaking, though, prepare for the worst. Try and mentally prepare for having that 5th pick because, if there's one thing I've learned, especially going live the last couple of days, appreciate everyone tuning into my daily live streams. I will be live for the lottery tonight. One thing I've really learned is that, watching film, just watching these players, is that this is it's a solid draft. So, even if we were to fall 5, Houston would figure out a way to move up. They would figure out a way, whether it's moving up, whether it's drafting Shaedon Sharpe or Jaden Ivey or maybe even Keegan Murray, they'd figure something out. Some things to look out for are Portland's pick. I'm keeping a close eye on the Trailblazers pick, and the reason being is, right now they're projected number 6. If they fall top 4, that's not what we want. Sorry if there's any Blazers fans watching this video, I'm sorry, but I don't want them falling top 4 because I feel like a top 4 player they would actually probably keep just because of, star talent, superstar potential. If Portland ideally falls below their 6th pick to like 7 or 8 is even more ideal, that's where we could start getting into some Christian Wood trade discussions because, the 8th pick, Benedict Mathurin, I don't think that they would, if they're trying to keep Damian Lillard, I don't think that they would try to hold on to that pick if they know it's not going to be like a set-in-stone day 1 starter, someone who can help produce immediately. So, real quick, my top 3, everyone go ahead, comment your top 5. I'll do my top 5. My top 5 is Jabari, Chet, Paolo, Jaden, Shaedon. I mean, it's not nothing too crazy in there. Definitely nothing too crazy in there. I like Jabari. I think he's the safest pick. We'll be getting into a lot more of these videos once the lottery is over, but one of the things I was really trying to hit on the head last night was that we hit a home run last draft. I know a lot of people like to say, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes even. But Houston having the number 2 pick in the NBA draft, that's a big deal. I mean, you look at teams like Sacramento. How many times in the last decade has Sacramento gotten a good draft pick? I mean, or if they got a good draft pick, how many times have they, done a good job of drafting it? I mean, you look at them right now, you look at Sacramento, and it's like they've been pretty bad for at least 10, 15 years now, last decade or so, and they're still kind of stuck down there. So, we look at a team like Sacramento, and it's like, damn, you hit a home run with Jalen Green at number 2. If Houston was able to get another top 2 pick, that's crazy. I'm still hoping we get number 1, man. I know it's a lot of pressure, but it gives you options. It gives you options. If you had 2, if you had 3, you still have to kind of think all right, what if you remember last year, what if Detroit doesn't draft Cade Cunningham, right? What if they draft Jalen Green? Do we go Mobley? Do we go Cade? What if they draft Evan Mobley? What if they trade it? Can we trade for the number 1? There's a lot of different hypotheticals. If you just get the straight up number 1 pick, not only is there going to be so much hype in the city of Houston, but in the NBA media world in general, but that way you can kind of control it. You're like, all right, who's our guy? And if we have our guy, what are the offers going to be looking like? We can start fielding some offers. Are the offers we're receiving better than the long-term outlook of who we plan on drafting? Because if I'm Rafael Stone, I probably don't have a clear set-in-stone number 1 guy quite yet. Actually, you know what? They probably do have, their top 5 pretty much set in stone. Stone set in stone. I would imagine there's a bunch of hypotheticals. Obviously, I'm not a GM, so I can't really speak on this, but I'm sure they've already got their list. I'm sure he already knows, all right, let's say we got the 3rd pick, blank and blank gets drafted. All right, I'm going Jaden, something like that. But yeah, I want a top 3 pick. I really like Jabari. I really like Chet. I think, Chet's probably got the most upside on the table. I think Jabari's probably your safest star pick. Banchero's a little bit more risky on my end just because of defense. Nothing really there defensively. In fact, he's terrible on defense. Let's just call a spade. Or at least in the NCAA, he was god-awful on defense. He, never tried. But it's college. His offensive potential, his rebounding, his playmaking, he came from pass. Banchero's a really solid pick. So I don't want that saying, I'm off of the Banchero bus. But I'm definitely not, going crazy. I'm definitely not. I definitely don't necessarily need him, right? Jaden Ivey is number 4. And, I keep, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of drafting by position. I really am not. I think it's crazy how many people on Rockets Twitter, like big names on Rockets Twitter, dudes who do a lot of Rockets talk, is saying, I don't want Jaden in any way, shape, or form. I don't want Shaden in any way, shape, or form. It's crazy to me because I'm like I use, I live here in Chicago. I use the MJ example all the time. There's not a single team that had the opportunity to pick Michael Jordan that is what, actually, we didn't need a shooting guard, right? Yeah, Portland. Yeah, we could have had him, but we didn't. We had our shooting guard. We don't want MJ. That causes issues with positioning. It's bro, it's okay. It's okay. You can draft Jaden Ivey. If the Rockets had the number 1 pick and they draft Jaden Ivey, or if they really tried to really pull one in their back pocket and they drafted Sharp with the number 1 pick, there's a plan in play. They believe in those players. Jaden Ivey's a hell of a basketball player. All right, I hate the Ivey slander because there's a lot of people who realize, I'm not trying to hate on Ivey. I'm not trying to hate on Sharp. We just don't need them. I hate drafting like that because 5 years, you're trying to acquire superstars. You're trying to acquire superstars. You're not looking for plug and plays. You're not looking for short-term dudes. You're not drafting a guy like Chet just because of the fit. You're drafting Chet because he averaged a double-double, had 3 games where he had a triple-double with blocks, or was that Walker Kessler? You're literally getting a guy who averages almost 4 blocks a game. An elite rim protector, a 7-footer, who can shoot the basketball, is averaging almost 20 points, over 10 rebounds. He can do almost everything, Chet. That's why you're drafting him, not just drafting him because he's the only center. That's, so Shaden's interesting. I'm not sold on Shaden, dude. If that's who Stone, if we had the 5th pick and that's the guy Stone wanted, I'd welcome him with open arms. If we were to actually get the 5th pick, I'd probably start scouting Jaden Ivey pretty hard, Keegan Murray pretty hard, maybe even AJ Griffin if he's feeling really frisky. But, you can't throw out the opportunity or the option to trade up if you have the 5th pick. Once again, we'll talk more about that once we know the draft lottery, because we do have 17 set in stone. We got 17. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's not in the lottery. So we have pick number 17 from Brooklyn for the season. So Sharp's cool and all. I've just never seen him play. And I get that there's a lot of, someone was saying T-Mac, LeBron. We didn't see them play in college. But, that's true. Which is why I'm keeping an open mind to him. I just see, right now, I just keep seeing a ton of, Shaden Sharp, just random, of him in the gym. I don't know what videos of Shaden Sharp in a gym do for me. I really genuinely don't understand. Ben Simmons can make probably 10 straight threes in an open gym. So I don't get it, but you'll see a video he'll be Sharp. I'm talking about a specific video yesterday. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But it's a specific video yesterday. It's 2 minutes of him going half speed, super slow, and then he'll do a slow move into the lane, and he'll that's not game. All right, my doctor's calling. Hit the like button, hit that sub button, drop your top 3 down below, top 5, peace.